Hey everybody, it's Victoria.
And Lauren.
And we are back for episode 5. So last week we talked about, are you hustling hard or hardly hustling? We looked at, are you trying to start a business and you're not sure where to start? Like, what do you need to do? Were you waiting on a dream deferred, just trying to figure it out? We gave you some tips and tricks on how to start your business and get it going. And then also just talk to you about how don't be afraid to fail. Just start. Sometimes you're waiting on the perfect opportunity and things are just standstill, and we want you to move forward. So that was a little bit about what we're talking about. And today we have our very first special guest.
In person. We love her. Her name is Michelle Richey. And we're going to let her quickly introduce herself to you guys. Michelle?
Cool. Are there going to be like applause sound effects in between that? Because I really do think that we should. Anyway.
Snapping, clapping, all the
Okay,
stuff.
so
She's gonna elevate us today, and it all might be real petty, guys. But I'm so excited for how this is gonna go because I love her dearly.
So, yeah, you should see how we actually look in person. But imagine us being like super cute today. Anywho, my name's Michelle Richey, and I'm here with my friends, and I think y'all are family too, man. My friend Tori and Lauren. Before I get to my introduction, can I talk about y'all for a minute?
Yeah, go right
Oh,
ahead.
cool. Okay, so I think it's super amazing that y'all started this podcast. That I was there when y'all said, "Hey, we're gonna do this," and you actually did it. And we're sitting here, so I want to give y'all props on that. Yeah, because my podcast is still in my mind.
It's going to happen.
But it's
It's
gonna
in
happen.
it's in the
And we
atmosphere.
can't wait.
Catch it. So yeah, just super proud of these ladies and what they've done. And I've actually listened to the podcast, and y'all are pretty funny. Yeah, pretty dope. I missed last week, so I want to go back and listen to that one. So, anywho, my name's Michelle Richey, and I am all things girl, all things women. I always call myself a cheerleader for women because that's really what I am. I am a mom, a wife, an entrepreneur. That is code for I'm a hustler, baby.
That's exactly right. Aren't we all?
Yes, that we are.
Yes. So, been in real estate since 2017 and have been a speaker for a few decades. And I enjoy both of those. Both of them allow me to serve people. And I think, well, not I think, that's my heart, just serving people. So I'm afforded the opportunity to do wonderful things like that, like helping first time buyers find a house and also helping people get their life straight and snatch edges during my speaking engagements.
Yes,
And
she does that.
so I love it here. I think that's it, right?
Well, we're
Yeah.
glad to have you.
Cool.
And so today on episode 5, we are going to be talking about the title of today is Refer Her. Support the women around you. And Michelle is literally the epitome of this. I mean, just a quick look at her social media, and you can see that this is what she lives, this is what she breathes, and this is literally how she shows up in the world. So one thing I wanted to bring up was last month, because we are now in March.
Mm-hmm.
Last month, Black History Month, whoop, whoop, you did a live every day for 28 days. And every day you had a new friend of yours who came on to share something about her life. It wasn't scripted. It was absolutely beautiful. I loved it. Was able to hop on most of your lives. Can you share kind of like what made you want to do that and how that idea came about?
Yeah, well, so I'm crazy, right? And that was a really crazy thing to do. Truth is, I was tired.
But I will tell you what though, consistency though was key because there
Yeah.
were days that you were like, I'm tired. I don't want to get on this live.
Yeah.
I don't want to get ready. I don't want to do whatever.
Yes.
But you showed up every day.
Every
You
single
got
day.
it done, whether you were feeling good or not. And I think there's a lot to be said about that because how many times does somebody say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go live every day. I'm gonna, post social media every day," and then one bad thing happens throughout their day, and they're like, "Scratch it. I ain't doing nothing," for the rest of the day. So
Right.
it was amazing that you were like, "I'm doing this." You committed to it. You got your people on there. Both Lauren and I had the opportunity to be on there, and everybody around you just rallied around you and really, really
Y'all
supported
did.
you. So, I mean, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So it was to, I am a all in girl. So it's like we either doing it all or we ain't doing nothing. And so making that commitment really, I'm a little bit older than y'all. So there's a saying that's called jack the slack out of you. So that, that, just, yeah. So that 28-day commitment jacked the slack out of me from showing up. I used to do something called Minute with Michelle every Monday. And so, like you said, Tori, something would happen, and it's like, oh, my hair is not right today, because that was also, I had to show my face. So I was like, you know what? It's Black History Month. I know a lot of dope women. We're just going to have organic conversation. I didn't want to have to send out scripts and talk about this is what we're going to talk about. No, we just come on and we got a hot mic and we're in there. But also giving women the opportunity to be heard. I think that was key for me, and I learned so much, and walked away with so many gems from all of you. One thing I remember with Tori saying about her path to motherhood, everybody's path is different. She's like, I'm good. I didn't have to feel my baby kick. And I was like, well, okay, girl.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, okay. And then when Lauren, you shared very vulnerable moments about your personal life with us, and I thank you for that, and just letting us know that, hey, I have tried to do this. I'm open to elevating how I think regarding the situation. And if you want to know what Lauren said, you have to go back and watch it.
Yeah. It was all very, very good.
Yeah,
And
but
so-
I had a great time.
Yeah, no, that's good.
And the last day, let me say this, the last day was a sacrifice of praise. You hear me? Because it almost didn't happen. I was like, I came home from the dinner, and I was like, I gotta throw this hat and this lipstick on and get on this camera. And the last day was really to say thank you. And I did it.
No, and that was it was beautiful. Like I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved it.
And one of the great things, again, is that you just had a good amount of support around you. Everyone was all in. They're like, whatever you want me to do. And I tell Michelle all the time, anything she asks me to do, I'm like, okay, sign me up, whatever it is.
We're going to be petty, but she going to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to be petty.
I might be petty, but I will do it every time. And so I'm just excited because I think women sometimes forget that other women can support you, that other people rally around you, that other people are going through the same things that you're going through. And so to see it in life for real, it makes you really just think like, wow, we are so much alike than we are different. And so instead of fighting each other and not supporting each other, there's enough for all of us to win. You know, Lauren is a speaker. Michelle's a speaker. I aspire to be a speaker at some point, right? But none of us are against each other in this room. It's like, how can I support you? What event do you have going on? What can I come to? What can I learn from? Because anytime I leave the room after Michelle speaks, I'm like, ooh, notes. Okay, got that.
Tons of notes. All the
Tons
time.
of notes. So it's always just who's supporting you. And if your friends aren't supporting you, if they're not showing up, those are probably not your people.
Yeah.
If they're trying to gatekeep and keep you from moving to that next level because they want to get there first, those are probably not your people. So just being mindful of that is so, so important. Which kind of segues into the next thing. Is like, be the kind of woman you want to surround yourself with. So when you think about who your friends are, even who your acquaintances are, who you're associating with, who you're doing business with, are you the kind of woman to them that you want them to be back to you in return? Do any of y'all have any experience?
How do you think, because I'm curious what you think, how do you think, if I'm a mom and I'm listening to this and I'm not surrounded by women who pour into me and who are available to me and want to help me, what's the first thing that I do in order to get out there or to maybe address those that are in my circle that maybe aren't showing up?
I think showing up for a mom or another woman is different for everybody. How I need somebody to show up for me may not be how a mom with 3 kids under 5 needs somebody to show up for her. That could simply mean, hey, I made my grocery list. I'm going to pick up my grocery. Do you need anything? Can I pick up anything for you? That's showing up. It doesn't have to be this grand gesture of help or support. Simply, can you come over to my house while I take a shower because I'm freaking exhausted and my baby won't take a nap.
Yeah.
And so that's another way, of showing up for people. But honestly, you have to put yourself out there. You have to put yourself out there. Showing up for people sometimes mean you have to leave your house.
And I will say,
you have to leave your house.
At Cairo, Michelle came over and bought some really good smothered pork chops and cabbage and macaroni and cheese and blueberry bread and rice.
And
I was like, I told her every day, I was like, you can always come back.
Look, were there drinks?
Right.
No, I didn't even care about that. I was
Yes.
like, let's open this food. I was so excited. I was like, here, hold the baby. We're going to get this real good meal today. Thank you for that. And so, sometimes it does. It requires you getting out of your comfort zone. And it's funny because I have another friend. We always talk about this where, like, if you hear that somebody's going through a bad time or a tough time, you're like, I'm going to pray for you. But then, do you really walk away and pray for that person? It's like,
so I have a book, and I literally will write the date and the person's name down. And I started doing that years ago because of what you just said, Tori. I read that somewhere on the internet or a blog, and I was like, oh my God, sometimes I don't stop right then in the moment and do it. A lot of times I do, or I started to after I read that, because it's like, no, like if you say you're going to pray for somebody, you better do it. And so maybe get a little notebook, ladies, and just something you keep in your purse or just with you on your person most of the time. And if you see something, even when I'm scrolling on Facebook, I don't even have to say anything to the person. Like I'll write their name down if they're asking for prayer, and put a heart and and revert back to it later to see like, was that prayer answered? Like, are they doing better? Are they still sick? Is, that type of thing. But go ahead, Tori.
No, I was just saying, I think, again, showing up, being able to do what you say you're going to do, and then making sure that you're that kind of person to someone else. And if you say you're going to do something, do that. Follow through on that. I think.
Can I add something to that? Also, if you have the means to do something, like don't tell me you're going to pray for me to get money so that I can buy my baby Pampers if you actually have $20 that you could give me. Like, y'all.
That's true.
Okay,
yeah, I don't need your prayers. I need $20.
Right. Yes, but so that segue into something else. So I had a little boy that came by my house in December, and he was looking to do something. This kid had to be like 10, okay? And I was like, I really don't have anything for you to do because we have all the blow-ups out. There's nothing, like you would have to move everything to mow the lawn. And I said, but you know what? The fact that you came and knocked on my door to earn money for whatever it is that you're earning money for, I'm going to go ahead and give you that $20.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And he was like, for free? And I was like, yes, I'm going to give it to you for free because I don't have anything for you to do. But the fact that you were willing to knock on my door and work speaks volumes. So I'm going to give you that $20 because you need it for whatever you need it for. Yeah. And then, we can figure it out later.
That was cool.
I had to get his name.
That was cool.
His address. Nothing. And I really was not expecting him to come back. He showed up at my house yesterday to mow the lawn on a beautiful March day. So and my husband answered the door and he was just looking at him like, okay. And I was like, and he was like, you already paid. He's like, your wife paid me, but I'm coming back to do the work. And Nate's like, I was like, get the boy a Gatorade. Like, I remember, like, yes, come, you can come mow the lawn or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was just so thankful. And so I had posted that on my social media, and I was like, I'm going to bless him again with another $20 because he showed back up.
Yeah.
I was like, and he didn't have to because I don't remember his name, where he lived, nothing. I just was like.
That's integrity.
Like, you need $20? Here's $20, and I wish you the best luck. I hope somebody, uses your services. And so I posted that on my social media. One of my friend's moms from elementary school was like, what a blessing.
Yeah.
She lives hour south of Houston. Also sent him money just for being amazing and showing up. And I texted his mom. I sent her a message on Facebook because I don't have her number. But I was just like, hey, I want you to know how awesome your son is. You are doing a great job. Yeah. And just kind of reinforcing that. And she came back and said, you don't know how bad I needed to hear that because I've been doing this by myself for a while. And, sometimes I just don't think I have it all together. So it's also one of those things where, like, if you know that you can speak life into someone, you have the opportunity to do that. Don't let time go past. Like, people say, you don't have to give me my flowers when I'm dead. Like, give me my flowers while I'm alive. Let me hear it. So if you have something great that you want to share with somebody, or you think they're doing a great job, or they're killing the mother game, or they're doing all these things, like, share that with them, because you never know what they need to hear, what they've been going through. And so she literally shared, so then I added her as a friend, and she literally shared what I sent to her and was like, I have been struggling. And the fact that, she messaged me and, all of that stuff, she was like, I just feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So you never know what people need to hear or where they're at in their life. So even just that opportunity to speak with them or pray over them or talk to them or whatever, you just never know what people are going through.
You showed up for her.
Yeah.
You absolutely showed up for her in a kind word.
And that wasn't even something that required any type of monetary anything.
Nothing.
And I think so many moms struggle with feeling like you have to babysit for her, or that's not,
right.
And Michelle touched on that perfectly. That's not what we're talking about. Like, supporting your friends, especially if you have a friend that's in business. It doesn't always have to look like you joining her thing or you signing up for whatever. Sometimes it really is you just sharing a post, commenting on a post, sharing it with another mom that you think would enjoy it or could use the service or whatever. Like, just, you can't be afraid to show up for your friends at any time. Like, you can't. It's not... because we want people to show up for us. And so I think that you need to reciprocate that.
For sure.
I know one of the other things that Michelle says this all the time, and I love it, and I've started to say it, and I even will hashtag it, refer her. Support her, because your turn and your time is coming. Like, do you want to talk about, like, that thought of refer her? Like,
yeah, sure.
Means?
Yeah, that actually came from Michelle Lopez. I want to give her credit for that. She's a great influencer on social media. And here's the thing. We're all talented in our own right and in our own spaces. We all have unique giftings. But if there's a space where it's not your jam, refer her. Nobody can come to me for fitness coaching. It's not over here. I'm not her. I'm not the girl. I am not that person. So referring her would mean, hey, I know somebody. I got somebody for you. I got a friend named Lauren. And Tori and I both are in real estate business, but we understand the value of a referral. A referral? Jesus, that's like a golden coin, where you don't have to convince somebody to work with you or, hope that they'll stay with you, that somebody has already did the honor of saying, hey, I have a friend who's in the business and does this. I highly recommend her. Something so beautiful that the refer her thing happened in my life. It just, like, the tide goes out and comes back in. Dr. Keely Petty, who was on the panel with you, she was scheduled to be on this event, and all of a sudden she couldn't do it. Guess what? She told them about me before she told me about them, and so now I'm the person that has the opportunity. They didn't have to go look for somebody. She's like, I got somebody to replace me. And so she just tapped into that. And I was like, oh my God, I've been saying this and sowing this and saying this. And then it happened for me. And so I was so happy about that I get to sit with new people and talk about stuff I absolutely love. My topic is I am enough. Duh.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that whole referring her thing, it needs to be a mantra among women, even if the person is doing exactly what you do. Really? Because everybody ain't your person.
That's fact.
It's just not your person.
Oh, I have personal trainer friends that the way that they do their business is very different than me. Like, they're not using an app. They're in person. It's very, very different. And so, yes, you're correct. Yeah. I 100% will tag them or refer them. And I know that there are people that probably look at that and are like, oh my God, like, she could have got that client, or she could. It's not even about that.
It's not about that.
It's never about that to me. It's really about the person and making sure that they get what they need.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and your turn is coming.
And your turn is coming. As sure as the tide goes in and out, the ebb and flow, your turn is coming.
Yeah.
And don't be anxious for your turn coming, because that's just it. It comes. It just shows up. I had no idea, no idea that I would be sharing the stage at this women's symposium. I could not have gotten up any morning and thought about, hey, God, what you got for me? I would have never come up with that.
So being patient while you wait is a huge piece, and that's something that we talked about earlier that we were going to go to, was being patient. So that's a perfect segue. For that.
And also, I know this is an old school word, but don't be a hater.
Oh, that's good.
Don't be a hater while you wait.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, why they pick them? I used to like generally have that attitude, seriously, because I was like, man, they must not have never heard me. Like the nerve of me, the nerve of them to tell me no. But I understand those are not my people. My voice doesn't resonate with those people. And some people really are hating, but go ahead.
You really have to, and I really believe that you have to be around women that talk to you like the conversation that we're having, that speak to you in that way. Because I too, Michelle, used to think things like that. And there's no judgment. It is what it is. But like having women and coaches too that I've paid for that look you in your face and say, no, you're wrong. And
you ain't ready.
Right. And this is why you're wrong. And this is how I've changed that. Or, hey, read this book. Or, hey, let's talk about that a little bit more. And why do you feel the way that you feel? And so often it all comes back to our own internal stuff and our own lack of self-esteem. That's really what it comes to. Because why are you jealous of her? Like, that's not even your lane. Right. There's literally no reason. And the things that I've learned from, what do they say? If you're the smartest person in the room, you might be in the wrong room.
Yeah, right? For sure. And you can't get mad at opportunities that you didn't prepare for also.
Yeah, that part.
So while you're waiting, you gotta prepare yourself. I had a friend, and we were talking about a possible book title for him, and I was like, it's Lessons from the Bench. Don't mistake not being on the team being on the bench. You're still a part of the team. You know how many people never touch the ball for the Spurs, but when the Spurs won the championship, they got a ring too? How many people, the Lakers, they never, we don't even know their names. I mean, yeah, everybody knows who LeBron James is, but there are people on that team who otherwise they still got a ring. You can't mistake not being on the court for not being a part of the team. So we're all in this together. Just because you don't have the ball, you don't have possession right now, doesn't mean you're not on our team. Women, we are one team, one band, one sound.
Yep, we sure are. Especially now, we definitely are. I love that. So having a good support system, surrounding yourself with women that, are on the same page, that you can learn from, that are going to encourage you, referring her, being patient while you wait. These are all things that, again, Michelle is an epitome of, that we get to see, walked out every day. And so obviously we also want to plug, Michelle's business. We want to share kind of like what it is that she does. And so and again, this is all about her. And so we do, have some questions that we, like to ask. And so our first question is, can you tell us, what was the inspiration behind you starting to speak and starting to do the clothing that you have for us and all of that? What was the inspiration behind that?
Oh man, I'm trying to think. So when I actually got the speaker bug, y'all, let me back up a bit. I was, speaker and teaching, just empowering people. I was probably in middle school, and we went to a Baptist church, and so we went to Sunday school. and one of the deacons used to do the Sunday school. And I'm a student. I'm always going to be a student. I love learning. I'm always the person that sits. I'm the student that sits in the front seats of the class. I'm the student that, I'm going to be the person when it's time for a group project. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Where's your stuff? And if they're not moving fast enough, I'm just going to take over the project, period. It's a oldest child syndrome. So we were in Sunday school, and the deacon, he was super boring, but really kind, really sweet man. And so I asked him, I was like, is there any way I can get the book and take it home and read the lesson and maybe teach? And they did. They went for it. And so I think that was probably perhaps the first time I wanted to teach and, be able to communicate information that not only provided you with the information, but it had revelation and it was funny.
Right.
It's like, I don't just want the information, make it funny. So that was, I think, the first one. But when I really thought, oh my God, I could see myself doing this, I was a freshman at freshman orientation in Albany, Georgia, at Albany State College. I don't know what this man's name is, but I just remember the tagline of his message. And the tagline was, if it is to be, it's up to me. And he had all of us chanting that and like getting us ready for our college education and ready for our freshman year. And I was like, I'm into that. And the rest is history. So yeah, that's when I first started wanting to do that.
That's awesome. How does your business support moms and families?
You are your business. So if you operate at the highest level of yourself, you're in the best mental space, best financial space, best, you're in the best health. That's what you bring to your business. If you're tired, you're run down, your thoughts are all over the place, you're depressed, you just can't make it. Your business is going to be a reflection of that. I think it's a quote that says, how you do a thing is how you do everything. And so I'm hoping that I am, how you do a thing is how you do literally everything.
Yeah.
It's like, ain't too many people who, I won't say that.
No, I get it.
If you're, it can't be, it can't be what Usher said, a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed. You're like, you can be both of those. Yeah. We talking to moms, right? Hey, yes, okay, we're adults, right? Yes. You can be that at the house, but if you run your business raggedy, if you're just a raggedy person in general, if you're not a clean person in general, if you let French fries sit on the floor in your car for 2 years, then that's how you. Right. Hello. I don't know who it was that told me. He was like, I keep my car clean. Keep your car clean. And I always keep my car clean. Now, don't put me out there. But this person said, not me, that she keeps her car clean because what if Oprah asked her for a ride?
Okay.
Tori's like, whoever, whatever. It's like, if Oprah asked me for a ride, would you want Oprah to get in a dirty car? It's like, huh?
No, I mean, that's true. Like, just overall, we just could do better. We could all do better.
Or if not Oprah, whoever your person is, like whoever you would be ashamed to let get in your car if it was dirty. Or come over to your house if it was dirty. For me, it would be my mama. She'd be like, this house got to be clean before my mama comes over. She's not playing. She doesn't play that.
What advice would you give to moms who are balancing their family life and pursuing goals?
Oh, man.
Is there such thing as balance to you?
There is, but it's just, it's different for everybody, and it's finding the rhythm. It's like double dutch. It's like, you got to know, I've never learned to double dutch. Never. Because that, like the timing, I don't know. I just never even tried, but I never learned. And so it's the timing. It's the knowing when the rhythm, when you're supposed to jump in, when, okay, I use this example. It's like juggling balls. You got to know which ones are glass and which ones are plastic.
Yeah.
And you can afford to drop the plastic balls, but you can't afford to drop the glass ones. I know if my child gets out of daycare at 5:30, that's not a ball I can drop. Either it's got to be my glass ball, or I've got to hand it over to somebody else. Yeah. So that's that. Certain things are not optional. So the balance is understanding and prioritizing the glass balls in your life.
That's a good one.
Good. I need to write that down.
I think you had a second part of the question. Did I answer it? I don't know if I did or not.
No, I think that was
That was it?
That was a
Oh,
good
cool.
one.
All right, I nailed it. I get the job. I did good on
Yeah,
that.
you did it. And then how do you define success, both personally and professionally?
So I looked up this quote and I wanted to read it. It's by Maya Angelou. She says, "Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it." I absolutely love that. It's liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. It doesn't matter what it is.
You know what
It
I love? You
starts
didn't
with-
say anything about money.
No, it's not.
I love that.
It's not. It's not. I mean, we all want to be rich. I mean,
Facts.
yeah, but I got to start with liking myself. What if I don't like myself? It doesn't matter how much money I have.
It really doesn't. Yeah.
Like not liking yourself. Imagine not liking yourself and then people not liking you either. That's crazy. Yeah, liking what you do. Do we like what we do? Do you know how many people are going to wake up tomorrow and don't like what they do? They just have to do it.
Millions.
Yes. And liking how you do it. So I like what I do. And I like how I do it. Because I don't have to do it like anybody else. That's why it feels like success to me. Just like y'all are doing y'all podcast. Y'all not doing it like anybody else. Y'all are doing it on your own terms, and I love it.
Love it. What's one thing you wish more moms knew about your industry or services?
So I always lead with, I'm a realtor, but I always lead with the speaker side because I believe that's my calling. I believe that's what I want to walk in. That's really what I want to walk in. So what I wish more moms knew about my services is that you can literally change your life by changing your thoughts. Literally change. You are one thought away from the life you want.
Yep.
And we can do that through group coaching. We can do that through one-on-ones, but it starts with the first part, liking yourself. So.
Yep. And what we shared on the last one is what you are not changing, you're choosing. And I think that
I love it.
people are constantly like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. I can't. Yeah, but you're choosing that.
By default.
Yeah, and you don't have to. You can literally change every day. You never have to be the same version of yourself ever. You can constantly reinvent. You can constantly change. You can constantly do something different. But when you just wake up and go, well, I'm going to just do the same thing I did yesterday because that's just what I do. Like, no. If there's something you don't like about your life or your situation or where you are, you have the power to change that. And I think most people just go, no, I just have to do it because it's what's comfortable. So when are you willing to stop being comfortable to get to that next level?
It's like turning your TV on and losing the remote and refusing to look for it. It's like you're just gonna watch that channel for forever?
Yep.
For real?
Right.
That's dumb.
That's so good.
Like real dumb. You can change it. You're not a tree. You're not a planet.
Yep.
Get up and move.
And then how can our listeners connect with you and learn more about what you offer?
Well, I'm pretty crazy out here. But I am Michelle Ruche on every platform on social media. Also, MichelleRuche.com is how you can reach out to me and connect. I wanted to add this too. I have done 2 series of speaker trainings, and I'm going to kick that off again for people that have a desire to want to learn how to speak in front of audiences or at your church or wherever. Just offering that class, but I can't teach you how to speak. I can give you principles and fundamentals. What I'm hoping to transfer is you having the confidence to believe that you can do it. Yeah.
That's amazing. And how do we spell your last name?
It's R to the O to the U to ROUCHE.
Love it. Ruche.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So, guys, basically, we just covered a lot of great things with Michelle. We covered everything from how you show up for yourself, how you show up for others, how to just be a good friend, be supportive.
Surrounding yourself with women that are, on that same path as you, that want to grow, that want to do all the things. Seeing yourself as successful doesn't have anything to do with your finances. It really is just do you enjoy your life? Do you enjoy what you're doing? If you don't, changing it. And then obviously being patient while you wait for these things to change and while you continue to work on yourself.
I think that so much is to be learned here, and if you are not following Michelle, go follow her today. And whenever she starts her class about speaking, if that's something that you're interested in, I definitely encourage you to take her class. And just follow her. So go back and watch the lives that she did for the month of February. I guarantee you'll be blessed in some way. You will pick up some gem from whatever. No matter what I was watching, I'm like, ooh, gotta write that down. Everything was just so good. And I'm so excited that she got to be our very first guest.
Me too. I'm like, really? Y'all picked me? Yay! So can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
There are, I know a lot of times when we're talking about surrounding ourselves with women that are like-minded. I think sometimes there are women that are hidden that just don't know what they need. And so us being sensitive and aware of that woman who may just simply need a little nudging, just take her by her hand and like, hey, you can sit with us. There's a motto or a mantra that I have, and it's simply this: there's a seed of greatness inside every woman. Find a woman and water her. And we have got to do that. We've got to find a woman and water her. She may not even know that what you bring to the table, what you offer, the community that you surround yourself, she may not know that that's what she needs. But this is the only way we're going to make traction. This is the only way we're going to provide the community that we need for women and to uplift our sisterhood. Thank y'all, ladies.
That's a perfect way to end the episode.
All right, y'all. Well, we will see y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.